Hello and welcome to Creative Design and Supply. Today I want to show you, we are going to make a graduation cap topper. I'm going to show you how to make this with just a cutter, and then on the next video I will show you a few different ways to sublimate on it. Alright, so here I have just a normal cap. Now, not all of them are the same size. Most of the templates that I've seen were 9.5. This one happened to be 9. So I made a template. I just made a box and did 9 inches. Then I took a 1/2 inch to make sure, and I cut it out. So I cut it out of paper, a few different sizes. I started with 1, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't have this little gap. So I kept on moving, and this one had a little too much for me, and this one was, it looks like it's too tight, but if you go sideways and then down, it's a perfect fit. So I want to say this one is 0.77. This is easy to do. All right, so I'm going to show you, I took some, this is just some paper. It's a 12 by 12 decorated paper, and if it feels too flimsy for you, you can cut another template out of cardstock and put on there. And that's what we are going to do. And I am just going to use a little bit of this glue because I don't want it to ripple like regular glue would. So we're just going to put a little bit of this on here. All right, so now I'm just going to place that on there. Whoops. All right. All right, and so now, and whenever you do this, there are some that you can pull off. I didn't want to because it has that cover over it. So I didn't want to mess anything up. So I am just going to use it like this. All right, on this side. Now I'm using our luster, and it has a bold but not too shiny look on it. And I am going to put this on the paper, and then we will get to working on the beautiful flowers. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. To be a little bit of a different area. So I didn't want it to be too reflective, so I chose the luster. You can do glitter. There's a lot of different ones that you can do. So now it looks nice and elegant, not too flashy. Now I picked some purple flowers, and I rolled some of them, and we are just going to start arranging those. But before I start arranging those, I am going to show you my little trick of how I do roses. Now this file is from, this one's the Rosebud, one of my favorites to use because you can use it. Let me see if I can So you can use it like the little rosebud, or you can open it up. You can open it up even more. All right, there are a lot of ways to do this. This is just how I like to do this. So I'm going to take these tweezers and I just roll as tight. Don't pull on it, but you're going to roll it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to keep that consistency of, because those little arches right there make it stand up and make the 3D effect of the flower look so good. All right. And so I'm rolling it really tight. And then once I get down here, I've got all of it. This is going to be the part that I'm going to put glue on. But now that I have that, I just let go of it and let it untwine a little bit so it'll get loose. If you like it like this one, just let it kind of do its thing. And then I take my glue and I put a decent amount, and then I stick this right here. Usually I'll either have a foam insert and I will stab down into that, and I will just let it sit there and let it cool. And if you don't like the way that it, or if you want it a little bit, okay. And I just hold this down so that way it holds on to everything, and then you just want to pluck all of that off there. And that's a little one, but some people say, but I have issues with doing a big one. So let me grab one of these over here. They can be a little bit more tricky because it's easy. It's harder to hide your little imperfections. I think the bigger ones are easier to work with, but I need all different sizes. All right, and it doesn't matter that this slides up or this slides down. You're just wanting it to roll around itself to get that form for the flower. And let me show you the difference after I roll these around. Okay. So here is a large one that is rolled like a rosebud. It has a purpose because I want one with just a little bit more that I can tuck this under and it will all hold. And then this is the same size as this one. So it just depends on how you, so now I'm not even holding this part. And if you don't like, you can untwine it just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to show you another way to, I like to bend this label back. I'm going to put a good amount of glue on there, and I'm just going to hold it down with my fingers. If it's not staying, you can just kind of pin it down there and just hold it for a few seconds and it will get completely cold. Sometimes I have a little paintbrush holder and I will sit those in and make a few, and then once that one's cool, I'll use this one again. There's several different ways to do this. All right. So now that we have those over there, And when you sell it, you can just sell it like this. You can even put a couple of these on here if you want to make it flimsy, and then, or not flimsy, and double-sided tape. All right, so I'm just going to put some of these on here, which I know I'm going to have to roll more. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to go around this side of it. So all right. So I'm going to go from the corner out and turn this around. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that way you can see. And I think I'm just going to start right here. And if you want to, you can use double-sided tape. That way you can put these on here. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to glue them on here. And you can turn it around however you would like. I like to leave a few of these out. That way it kind of decorates it just a little bit. And then after everything cools, I will go back in and the good thing about these are you can reposition them if you need to. All right, I'm going to put that one right there. So I'm going to put just a little bit right there. And then that way I can just slide that one up in there. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. You can just keep adding them. I can even do like that one. But let's go ahead and see. Okay, another thing. On these that I left the scallops out some, like this one right here, I only did that way. If I need to glue more to make sure it's secured, I can slip it in like that. And don't worry about the hot glue, because I can turn around and I'm going to embellish with a few little leaves somewhere. Not sure where. You can fold them, you can bend them. I cut a few different ones. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but we will figure those out. Some people like to use glue dots. I would just prefer to use hot glue. That way, if it tilts a little bit more, I can just keep pushing it back. All right, and I am going to roll a few more, and we will come back and finish this. Okay. So now I have a few more, and I am just going to take them Okay, and I see I have a little bit of glue. There we go. And then I can just take my tweezers and pinch off the rest. And after you put all your stuff on, I would do a little test to move it around and everything to make sure that. And we're going to go up here a little ways and come around. All right, so now you see where the scallops are kind of coming in. You can put them this way and then turn around. But then you don't get as much of the turn that down just a little bit. Or no, whoops, turned it. Okay. And I like with these, you can, if you have a little piece that is crooked, or if you have a little piece right here, you can straighten it out with these little needle nose tweezers. All right, and let's go ahead. And then because I want to I like to kind of fit them like puzzle pieces, and then we will, and see how this one's not going to work very well with me. So you can either slide it up underneath here, or you can pinch it and make it a real rosebud. Like, I think I am going to put just a little bit right there and see how we can maneuver this one around in here. There we go. And I want to, that little one is cute. Just trying to make sure on my colors I don't have all of them together. So this one right here will work right here. And then you would just keep going around. I am going to, I don't know which ones I'm going to use just yet, but it looks like I'm going to have to roll some more little bitty ones and tuck in between the grooves. Let's see. That's why I like to roll them all different sizes. That way I get in there and all right. I just didn't want to roll too many of them, so I'm going to roll probably about 4 or 5 more big ones real quick, and then come back and add some little ones also. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have a few more made up, I'm going to go ahead. I made these a little bit fuller because not all roses look the same. So let's see if I can put, so look, see how that glue that and just kind of, and it does the negative space. And just be mindful because sometimes this does change the color of your cardstock. I don't know if you could see that on that dark purple, so just be mindful that your cardstock could change colors because of the heat. Let's see. I'm not going to do that one. There we go. Well, let's see. Let's put a little bitty one and see how that one. Okay, so now you can see how it's changing the color. It does a lot on the other ones. All right, so this one, and then that one will give way for another little one, or a little rosebud. But before you start sticking more in there, you want that one to cool off. Alright, so now the heat just kind of let that one, release that one a little bit. So I have my little tweezers here, and if you need to, you can just stab it a little bit and just hold it. I didn't give the other ones time to cool off. Now this is a time tasking craft, but it is gorgeous, and it's something to look back on and that they can keep, because you can put double-sided tape on the bottom of here. All right, there we go. And here's where I may do a few leaves, just a little accent every now and then. I'm going to do a little bit more over here and a few over here. So let's go ahead . And I will tell you, I should have moved these over to the edge a little bit because I have this edge, but I can put little small ones there. So, and I have tiny, tiny, tiny ones. All right. So now it's just like a little puzzle piece, and you just put them wherever your heart desires. I'm going to go a little bit more so that way it doesn't look like this is too small. Let's go ahead and put this one right here. And I can move it out some so that way I can put a little one, which I'm going to slide this out, and then that way I can put a little one right there. And this one I'm not going to press down. I'm not going to squish it down. I'm just going to let it sit there. Got to make sure it's cool though. All right. So yet again, I'm going to roll a few more, and we will finish this up. Okay, I've rolled a few more. Whoops. Oh, I left this one to show you. So if you don't have a hold of this, no problem. You can put your GABA glue and then just stick your finger and hold it for a few seconds and let that become cold or cool. And all right. So this one I'm gonna have to tuck over just a little bit. So here is, all right. And remember how I told you about the heat will change it? Well, the heat kind of changed it, the color of it. And if it doesn't stay, grab in the middle of the other one and that. There we go. Just have to give it a little bit of time and have to be patient with it. All right, so now I want to okay. And I think I may do one more right here. I mean, we could just keep going on and on. That's perfect. It's kind of just like a little puzzle. I think I want to make those up there just a little bit. All right, I think I'm going to stop right here on that part. Oop. Where did we have him? Alright, and then I can just set one right there. I have tiny, tiny ones that I've made just for this. And let's go ahead and we are going to turn that one around. All right, now I want one more up here so that way it goes with the corner. And I'm probably going to fill in a little bit more. Because you don't want it getting too heavy. So I think I may just come down with some smaller ones. Let's see. And it looks like I'm going to have to do a few more of the little ones. See how I just kind of pinch that one in there? That way if I want to, I can go ahead and insert that one. I usually don't. I'm going to have to put a few right here for the glue. But and then need to accent with a few of these. You can. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to. So I'm going to roll a few more small ones to go around here. And then I can just use double-sided tape to secure it down. All right. And so for my next video, this will be sublimation. And I will tell you that on this one, I will use an 8.5 by 11. I'm going to show you a little trick for all the A4 printers out there that don't have big ones. All right. So if you have any other questions, comment below and I will be glad to answer them for you. Thanks. Have a great day.